Another chunk out of his predecessor's legacy tonight. He is slamming the brakes on changes to fuel economy standards instituted in the Obama administration. Correspondent Doug McKelway looks at how the Trump team is justifying the change.
It is the latest and arguably the biggest potential rollback of Obama-era regulations to date. Under today's proposed rule, the Trump administration would freeze CAFE, or corporate average fuel economy standards, at year 2020 levels, 43 miles per gallon, rescinding the rise to 54.5 miles per gallon by the year 2025. Opponents see it as a bonus for automakers struggling to meet standards, some having already cheated to meet them. Supporters also see it as a win for consumer choice.
They will be empowered to choose the kind of vehicles they want to drive, not being told what vehicles to drive by bureaucrats from Washington.
20 state attorneys general, led by New York's Barbara Underwood, condemned the proposed change, announcing plans to sue, noting a final rule would weaken efforts to, quote, reduce carbon pollution, improve air quality, and save drivers money on gas. Separately today, the Trump administration moved to withdraw California's CAFE waiver. California has stricter emission standards that 13 other states and D.C. follow, representing 40 million Americans. California sued in May in anticipation of today's action.
California will do whatever it takes to maintain today's clean car standards.
Both sides in this fight argue that saving lives is their primary concern, proponents noting to meet tougher standards, automakers have reduced vehicle weight.
The lighter the vehicle, the higher the risk for the driver, obviously.
Indeed, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety finds nearly 2/3 of those vehicles with the highest death rates were small cars or mini cars. But opponents of the proposed change cite California wildfires, mudslides, and childhood asthma as manifestations of climate change brought on by increased CO2 levels, spewing in part from auto tailpipes.
The earth is not flat, and climate change is real. Can someone please inform the folks at the White House?
If the rule becomes finalized, it will not change the availability of low-emission or zero-emission cars. They are already making inroads into the marketplace, constituting about 5% of sales in California alone, with greater inroads into the marketplace likely as battery technology advances. Brett?
Doug McKelway at the White House briefing room. Doug, thank you. Stocks were mixed today. The Dow lost 8. The S&P 500 finished ahead.